Okay, and we're live, I think. I don't know yet. This intro is always going to remain awkward, no matter what happens. I brought a banana for the intro this time, so I can just monologue for a bit while I wait for things to be okay. So how are all of you? That's great. I'm a little bit sick. I probably shouldn't be eating this. You can probably tell I'm really sick by under my eyes. I look very red. I'm very pale at the moment. Bananas are good though. They have potassium, and that affects your potassium in your body. I'd expect. Do we have potassium? Bananas are good for energy, I think. They're yummy. Let's see if this is on YouTube yet. Because I can't see any of you chatting right now. I should probably. Bananas are good though. Okay. Yay. Okay. Yeah. You can all see me. That's cool. That's cool. Hello, everyone. So let's go on with the questions. In fact, I should probably post this to Facebook first. Be. Oh, bananas are so good. Yeah, bananas, guys! Exclamation points. There we go. Well, it's all gone to crap at the bottom. I hate when they go to crap. So hello, everyone that's saying hi. Okay, and Ice Dragon is the first ban of the evening. Wow. That's cool. Hello, Adam Franco. Goodbye, Adam Franco. I'm sorry that you can't stay here. Have fun with programming. Our world is in your hands because we live in a digital age now. Hello, shameless ripoffs. I've seen you commenting a lot on my videos recently. I don't think I've ever replied to you. And if I have, I don't remember what I say. So when I reach 100,000 subscribers, will I do an AMA or a history or just a history of me? Probably both. And I'll probably throw a party with my friends to celebrate as well. And if it's around London MCM, which would be May, if I hit 100,000 subscribers around May, I actually have a booth at London MCM Expo. I'm thinking on seeing if I can stream from there, because if I can, that would be awesome. But there's a lot of things that go into that, like gaining Wi-Fi access. Yeah. So there's a lot that will go into 100,000 subscribers because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. This is a shirt that I've had for years, a long time, and I just wear it as a pajama top. It used to be really baggy on me, which I think gives you an idea of how long I've had it. Oh, it used to be small on me, and then baggy on me, then small on me. This stream is an AMA, Raven Master. You ask a question, then sometimes I answer it, and sometimes I don't. And sometimes people keep asking me the same questions, and I keep ignoring them because I don't want to answer the question. What direction do you think Convergence is going towards? Well, we know the direction it's going towards. It's going to end with DC saying, screw continuity. What character interactions do I hope to see? There's honestly not many interactions that I hope to see because I'm not really sure what's happening. I'm honestly a little bit behind and everything. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm very, very sick, guys. Sorry. I'm going to be sniffing quite a bit. What's the green/yellow stuff you always drink? This is orange squash. Yeah, it's it's a very common drink here in the UK. It's sugar-free orange squash. I don't do any of that full sugared stuff because stuff with lots of sugar and it's bad for you. Thanks, Meg's Nightcore. Which is my favorite comic label at the moment? Well, at the moment, I'm reading more Marvel than anything else. But that could change. DC, I'm a bit like kind of, oh, should I care? Should I not care? Because so many things are being cancelled and like, I'm kind of struggling to stay into this. So I don't know. It's yeah. Where do I see myself in 5 years? 5 years. Well, lots can change in 5 years. 5 years ago, from right now, I thought I'd be living in LA and have a semi-successful voiceover career while doing my day job. You know, I wanted to be a voice actor and I wanted to get into English dubs for anime because I still believe that English dubs are not being done right. For the most part, I really dislike English dubs, and I feel like we need some new blood in that industry, some fresh blood, a foreign perspective, if you will. And I feel like I felt like I was the person to do that. But then I kind of fell out of love with that industry, and I still kind of want to do like voiceover, but I don't want it to be my main career. At the moment, I actually want to go into presenting, and in 5 years' time, I would love to have my own talk show on TV. You know, aimed at geeks and geek culture, maybe on American TV. I definitely still want to move to LA. It's just very, very hard to move to the US from the UK. It almost, very, very almost happened just towards the end of last year. I mean, you guys know about the DC All Access thing. I had like 3 interviews regarding that. And so I very, very almost got the DC All Access job. But obviously it went to Jowen, which is fine. It's fine. When they do another host search, I'll be reapplying because I want to move to LA. That is one of my reasons for going for that job. Yeah. So where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Hopefully living in LA, doing something. Will I ever make a video about Emma Frost? Not a history video because she is an A-list character, but maybe a who are or who is Emma Frost, because I feel like her powers need a bit of explaining, because some people think she's just a psychic mutant, which isn't true exactly. So yeah, maybe a who is Emma Frost, but definitely not a history. Thoughts on Damien having superpowers? Do you think it should only be a temporary thing? Well, let's be honest. Unless it was executed perfectly, it was only ever going to be a temporary thing. And it wasn't executed perfectly, so it is only going to be a temporary thing. There is something in my eye. There we go. So yeah, it's only going to be a temporary thing. I'm fine with that. I always say anything can happen in comics, so I was fine with him getting powers in the first place because I think any character has the potential to have powers in comics. You're living in a world where superhero radiation or this accident happened and now they have powers happens on an almost daily basis by the looks of things. Of course, heroes that pre-existing non-powered heroes are occasionally going to get superpowers. Okay, 2 questions. What direction would I like to see Marvel take their universe if I were in charge? The thing with the Marvel universe is it has a lot of limitations, and a lot of rules to do with it. Excuse me, and a lot of rules to do with it. I know I would definitely distance the Marvel universe away from the movies, which they say they do, but that's not 100% true. Um, so yeah, I'd definitely distance it away from the movies a bit. I don't know, because the Marvel Universe has some very, very clear divisions. There is the Avengers, there is the X-Men, there's the Spider-Man part of the universe. There's it's very clear cut divided. And maybe I'd like to get rid of that division. They've attempted to do that, but it's kind of difficult. I'm basically explaining the Ultimate Universe. I just realized. Am I ever going to do a Deadpool history video? No. Well, my thoughts on Miles Morales Spider-Man. Miles is cool. It's cool. Thoughts on Vision in Age of Ultron? The movie's not out yet, so I have no thoughts. Thoughts on the casting of Aquaman? I think that costume looks terrible. Oh my goodness, that costume it's so he's from the sea and he's called Aquaman. So we're gonna make him look tough and brooding and like he's from the sea. Like, with Aquaman, you've got to have a certain amount of campness, a certain flamboyancy. It just comes with the character. And that just isn't present. It's like they were embarrassed by who Aquaman is. And because of that, it just looks like crap. I'm sorry, that is not Aquaman. They missed the point completely. That Batman versus Superman movie, or Superman versus Batman, whatever it's called, is just gonna be Batman versus Trainwreck. Do I watch Flash Hour and Gotham? No. No, because they're all terrible. But if you like them, that's fine. If you enjoy them, but in my perspective, they are terrible. If you could have one power, what would it be and why? If I could have one power, it would be energy manipulation, but any type of energy, a bit like Dazzler has the ability to create light from sound, but she can create any type of light. So I could create healing energy, I could make myself fly, I could, manipulate probability energy. I could do anything. I'd be OP. OP man. Okay, if I could write a solo series for any superhero or villain, who would it be? Who would I do one on? I would actually do it on Clarion, and I would do it right. I really want to write Clarion one day. I also want to write the new Teen Titans, and I also want to write Tim Drake. So, yeah. The costume for Aquaman is something a real Atlantean would wear, brah. Yes, because when you walk down the street, you just see Atlanteans everywhere. You can't move all the Atlanteans that exist in this world. Look over there, an Atlantean right now. Seriously, the argument is so flawed, it's hilarious. Do I ever think I'll go on the Nerd Sync podcast? Ask them to have me, and maybe they'll invite me one day. If they invite me, I'll do it. But they've got to invite me. Bit like the situation with the Weekly Pool, although I'm part of the Weekly Pool now, but I'm just going to be on their podcast as much as they want me. So I won't be there every week. But unless they want me there every week, in which case I'll do it. But as for things stand for now, I'll just be a regular on the Weekly Pool podcast. Sort of rotating in and out, because I know they like Deadpool and I don't like Deadpool. So if there's a week where they're talking pretty much exclusively about Deadpool, there's no point in having me, really. But then if there was a week where they were talking exclusively about the Titans, they can rotate me in. Definitely. So there's you can go in and out. Enchantress in a film, your thoughts? Not surprised. She has so much A-list potential. Yeah. Do I have any YouTuber friends? That's a good question. I'm friends with Kelsey Kimono Time, or Kelsey Ellison, Anne Chadisu, Becky Crawl, Nudarella. I'm friends with Nudarella as well. Lots of UK names, but no one No one huge. I'm not friends with anyone that's got like 1 million subscribers. Oh, I'm friends with musical Bethan as well. I met her a few weeks ago actually. She was really very, very sweet. Yeah. Have I heard of the comic book cast? Yes, I've heard of the comic book cast. What's my favorite anime? Of all time, it's Sailor Moon. I just go back to watching Sailor Moon so many times a year. So yeah, it's Sailor Moon. Any new video plans? I've always got new video plans. Which new roster would I like for the Teen Titans? Well, Tim Drake as Robin leading the group. Wonder Girl, Superboy, and Bart Allen. So obvious four there. Then I'd like to see Miss Martian in the team, but not in their current tonality. Yeah, Miss Martian in the team, Kid Devil, and basically explaining around a 2008 team that already existed. Be right back, guys. I need to pee really badly, and I thought I could hold it for this whole AMA, but no, my efforts are in vain. And I'm back. If I were to kill any DC or Marvel character, who would it be? Well, why would they die? That's the question. What's my favorite type of lantern? Indigo. Indigo. I think I said that in my Who Are the Indigo Tribe video. My thoughts on Persona 5, it looks fun. It looks fun. Yeah, the new 52 Tim Drake is just awful. What do I think of the new Suicide Squad roster? It's cool. Other than, like, unless you're talking about the movie where they're adding in the Joker to the team, in which case, not cool. Why do I change my hair so much? Everyone talks, oh my god, Faust, you change your hair so much, you change your hair so much. Let's be honest here. I had the blonde hairstyle. Then I had the red and blue hairstyle. Now I've got the silver hairstyle. It's 3 times, people. Literally 3 times I've changed my hair. Am I going to Manchester Comic Con? No, because I live near London. Have I ever watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I watched a few episodes. I liked it. Who's my favorite from Medica Magica? Homura. Yeah, Homura. Would it be weird if you drew me? No! I love getting fan art of me. Just send it to me on my Facebook page so I can like post it and be like, oh my god. Seriously, it'll be cool. Did I watch the Big Hero 6 film? Yes, I did. What are my thoughts? I liked it. There's a video coming out of that very soon. Okay, and shouldn't there technically be a Grey Lantern Corp? No. No, there shouldn't, because there's the colours, then the combination of all the colours, then the complete absence of colour. What are my thoughts on the new Flash TV show on the CW? I think I've already said I think it's shit. I think I said that on the Weekly Pool podcast. Okay. DC or Marvel? That is not a question. Um, like, it's not a question. Like, why DC or Marvel? Why can't you just read both? I don't have a preference either way, because if the Teen Titans were over in, like, all the characters in the Teen Titans were over in Marvel, I'd still be reading the Teen Titans because I love those characters. The same thing, if all the characters from the X-Men were over in DC, I'd still be reading them. It's not DC or Marvel, it's about the characters that you love. What did I think about the Legend of Korra finale? I don't watch Legend of Korra. Do I read Tokyo Ghoul? No, but I've got a lot of friends that read Tokyo Ghoul. Thoughts on the Supergirl costume for the show? I don't dislike the Supergirl costume, but I think it's a bit boring. Like, if you're gonna do Supergirl, make the colors bright. I don't like how they're very, very dark colors. I will admit that. Actually, no, I don't like the costume at all. That being said, the fabric looked like denim, which is a bit like no. No, I don't like the fabric. I don't like the colors. Like, if you're gonna do a Supergirl TV show and you don't want to just take the costume from the comic book, which I don't understand why you wouldn't do in the first place, make her Sailor Moon inspired. Make her costume look like something Sailor Moon would wear if she met up with Supergirl and like really liked Supergirl's costume or something. Like, it's that simple. But I didn't do it because Supergirl's supposed to be fun. There's the truth of it. That's why I didn't really like the new 52 run of Supergirl, because she wasn't fun. Do I do my hair myself? Silver hair I do myself, yes. What do I think of RuPaul's Drag Race season 7 so far? Do I have a favorite queen and a least favorite? Okay, so my favorite queen in RuPaul's Drag Race season 7 is Max. I absolutely adore Max. I think he's marvelous. And then least favorite is Violet Chachki, because there's being shady and then there's just being poisonous. And Violet's just being poisonous. Do I think Batgirl's new costume is good? I'm pretty sure I made an entire video talking about that costume and how I really liked it. Do I write comics? Yes. And can I find them? No. Who is my favorite Sailor Scout? Okay, so if we're talking just like main Sailor Scouts, like the Inner and Outer Senshi, then Sailor Venus. But if we're talking like other forms of the Sailor Scouts, then it's Sailor Cosmos. If money or body type was not a factor, who would you want to cosplay the most? Well, Tim Drake, but I'm already transforming my body to match his body, so... How old am I? I'm in my mid-20s. I am in my mid-20s. Am I looking forward to the new live-action Teen Titans TV show? No. Guys, I will say now, if you keep asking the same question, I'm not more likely to answer it. I did probably see it and just choose not to answer it. So just ask a question once. What do I think about Aquaman saying Watch Mojo? Oh, what do I think about Watch Mojo saying Aquaman is the most underrated superhero? In a way, he kind of is. You know, lots of people crap all over him, and he's really, really good. He's really good. Anyone who said, like, and then people praise Namor. Aquaman and Namor have essentially the same powers. Jesus Christ. Do I watch Naruto? No, because I'm not 12. Dragon Ball Z is Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon. What's my favorite DC storyline? Titans of Tomorrow, probably. How do I feel about the Spider-Man reboot? So long as I don't have to see Uncle Ben die again, I'm good. I'm good, and I'm happy Andrew Garfield is not Spider-Man anymore, because he is not Peter Parker. I don't care what anyone says. Andrew Garfield is way too pretty to be Peter Parker. You're supposed to look at Peter Parker and go, oh dear, maybe he'll be reincarnated into something worthwhile. And then when he becomes Spider-Man, he's like something worthwhile, hence the dramatic transformation. And Andrew Garfield looks like a model. Peter Parker is not supposed to look like that. He's supposed to be crazy unattractive. I don't know about the Naruto ending. I know something about salad. Something about salad happened. I heard that, but I don't know. Are you going to see or buy any superhero films coming out this year? I'm going to go and see Ant-Man and Age of Ultron, that's for sure. I heard you say you didn't like the Flash TV show. Would you care to elaborate why? I personally love it. I think I've elaborated why lots of times. The production value is just terrible, and when I watch a show, I'm always watching from a technical standpoint. I went to a performing arts school, and so I never watch a show for just pure entertainment. I'm watching to see, are there any esoteric messages in the writing, of which there are none in The Flash, which is the biggest crime you can commit when adapting a comic book into a TV show, because comic books are not about entertainment. They're all about the hidden messages in the pages. I cannot name a single comic that does not have hidden messages in the pages, and the Flash TV show just has none. Same with Arrow. That costume, no one is going to be the fastest man alive running in leather. They're going to be the squeakiest, most chafed man alive. So 2 strikes. Third strike, the writing just isn't interesting at all. I mean, it's unimaginative. It's full of cliches. So even from a creative standpoint, it's just terrible. The Flash is terrible. Am I going to London Comic Con? If you mean London MCM, because I'm old school, yes, I will be. If you mean London Super Comic Con, which is next week, yes, I'm going. I was trying to book my hotel before this started, but there was issues, so I'm calling up the Ibis later. Am I going to get Batman Arkham Knight? Maybe. Maybe. I don't actually play the Arkham games that much. I don't dislike them, they're just not the type of game I like to play. Do I like Smallville? I've never actually watched Smallville. And there's the truth of it. It didn't show on TV here as far as I was aware. So I had no real reason to way to watch it. And then the comics just didn't look that interesting to me. So yeah. Will you make a video of Damien, a new video of Damien now that he came back to life? No. And I've got no plans to do it. Do I know I got a shout out on Watch Mojo? I think I've got the most liked comment on that video at the moment. It's either most liked or second most liked, which I'm so happy about because lots of people supported me in that situation. I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna talk about when it comes to Watch Mojo, because that situation's over. It's over. I've moved on. Pretty sure they moved on. I'm sure they had a bit of a bitch fest about me, but that's okay. Shh, don't tell them I said that. Do I like Attack on Titan? No. Lots of people were into it by the time I got into Attack on Titan. Like, lots of people already liked it. And so it was already so hyped up, and it just did not live up to that, so it kind of ruined it for me. Yeah. Have I seen Sword Art Online? What are my thoughts? Sword Art Online is terrible. that it's really, really pretty to look at, but the story just kind of goes for me. But if you like it, that's cool. But for me personally, it's just story-wise. Can I tease at you about some videos that I'd like to do? Well, I have one video coming out that's about a guy or a girl that wears spandex, and maybe they fly, or maybe they walk, but they save the day. Or maybe they're a villain. Who knows? No, I don't tease any new videos. You find out what they are as soon as they come out. Why do I hate Deadpool? I don't hate Deadpool. Hate is such a strong word. I just don't like Deadpool. I don't find him funny. That's what everyone hypes him up about, and I'm like, I don't enjoy this. Why do I hate the Young Justice show? I've explained that in every AMA. I'm not going through that again. What do I think of the new Sailor Moon show? Sailor Moon Crystal. I liked it for like 3 episodes, and then it just kind of went downhill. But I'm still watching it because it's not so bad that I have to stop. And it's Sailor Moon. Have I ever had a moment where my tech suddenly decides it hates me on a daily basis? On a daily basis. What are my thoughts on the Persona 3 movies? I saw the first one and I liked it. I haven't seen the second one yet. Marvel can't make comedic characters. What do you call Squirrel Girl? Squirrel Girl is great. I love her and she's hilarious. Are you excited for the older Quicksilver and the new Avengers? Yeah? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my nose is running. Do I like the 4th season of Digimon? Which one was the 4th season? Let me Google this. Oh, Frontier. No, that was terrible. Yeah, you are the only fan. Well, if it helps, my ex was a fan of that, but he was an idiot. I hope he's not watching this. He knows I think that of him. So, you know, if you like it, you like it. You can't help what you like. I've liked lots of things that a lot of people hated, like American Horror Story Coven. I loved that, and lots of people hated that. Can you see the panda behind me? There isn't a panda behind me. What? Where are you seeing a panda? What did I think of Marvel's Agent Carter? I haven't actually seen it yet. I hope I get to see it soon. But I've been very, very busy recently, so I really haven't had time for shows other than Drag Race, which is my favorite show of all time. So I make time for that. Hello or Call of Duty? Neither. I don't play those kinds of games. Where did I get this chair from? Homebase, I think. Where is my comic going to be available? Hopefully in comic shops. Panda, there is no panda on my shelf. There's a mouse. There's a mouse, 2 wigs, a dog, and a chinchilla thing. I've already answered all questions on Aquaman. What are my thoughts on King of the Nerd Season 3? It's absolutely terrible. And it's an insult to sort of the nerd and geeky community. It's really insulting. It's made in a way so people laugh at us and not with us. Season 1 was made in a way that where people would laugh with us. Season 2 was kind of made in like a hybrid way, and it fell flat on its face. And Season 3 has just been terrible. Just terrible, and I hope it gets cancelled. Am I American or British? I'm Scottish, not British. I love how everyone's like, yeah, there's a panda, there's a panda. Guys, I know what's on my own shelf. Do I play any other MMOs? Someone doesn't watch my gaming channel. I play Final Fantasy XIV. I also play Mabinogi. Yeah. That's about it. Final Fantasy XIV and Mabinogi. I used to play DC Universe Online. You know, lots of things. Do I play Minecraft? No. But that's okay because about 500 million other people do. Thoughts on Digimon Adventure 2? It was good. I remember coming home from school to watch it. Do I play Skyrim? I used to. I finished it though, and like, I know there's mods and things, but I don't know. Excuse me. What would I be doing if I didn't make this channel? Probably acting. Lots of acting, maybe some modeling work. Have I ever played Five Nights at Freddy's? No, and I'm not going to. Who's my favorite Teen Titans character? Tim Drake, because he's my favorite Robin, and my favorite character of all time. What's more fun, making comic channel or gaming channel? My main channel's a lot more fun, the comic book channel. You know, the gaming channel is a lot of fun, but recently I've enjoyed doing streams more to do with gaming, just because I like that direct audience interaction and you guys can tell me what to do straight away. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I want to keep my gaming channel up, but I don't know, because I just want to focus on my comic channel a lot more, and then maybe do some streams. Where do I see the Marvel Cinematic Universe after Infinity War Part 2? No idea. No idea. Do I play Injustice as in Injustice Gods Among Us? I have it. I haven't played it. If I could go on Broadway, what play would I choose to be in? Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? Who's my favorite YouTuber, comics or gaming, and why? I guess Comic Book Girl 19, but I don't know. It's because I prefer her when she goes really in depth with things, and she doesn't really do that much because people complain to her that she made them think. Like, people really complain to her about that. I don't know her personally, but we have lots of very similar opinions on the world and how things work. So I like her show. You know, her show's great, but because of how she stated her opinions and stuff, I just want to sit down and have a conversation with her. What happened to my fashion channel? It's still being set up. I don't have much time to dedicate to it, which is why it's so slow. What's the difference between AMAs and Q&As? A Q&A, people ask you questions, and then you answer them. AMA means ask me anything, and then I'll choose what I want to answer. So an AMA is like, I have the power in an AMA and I don't in a Q&A. Yeah, that's how that works. Okay, things just moving up really, really fast. If I could take control of the Titan show, what would I do to save it? Do you mean Teen Titans Go? It doesn't need saving. It's one of Cartoon Network's best at like grossing shows at the moment. Doesn't need saving. The only people that are complaining about it are people from the older generation that are like, it's not the old cartoon. I want old cartoon back. And personally, I don't care either way because, you know, the Teen Titans comics are there. You know, if you want more Teen Titans and you don't like Teen Titans Go, read the comics. Do I watch Variant? No. What happened to Becoming Robin? It's still happening. It's just... It's a very high production quality series, so it's taking a while to do each episode. Am I annoyed with any comic right now? Harley Quinn, because it has the potential to be amazing and it's terrible. I've already answered questions about Persona 5. Am I going to watch Star Wars? I've never seen a Star Wars movie in my life. And it's everywhere in our society. I don't go a day without seeing something to do with Star Wars. I'll probably not see the movie. Yeah. Oh, TNT's Titans. There's no way to say that. Titans should not be live action. Point blank. There is no way to say that. Have I ever played DC Universe Online? I think I just said I did. Like, not even 10 minutes ago. What was my favorite shows as a kid? Oh, as a kid. See, I don't really remember shows from when I was a kid. I was a bit older when I started remembering cartoons. But from like when I was a bit older, like when I was very, very young, no, when I was young, I remember watching Monster Rancher and Sailor Moon. A lot. Like a crazy amount. And then I remember, but then like my family was one of the first families in the UK to get broadband. Like back when everyone was still using dial-up, my family got broadband, and I had the brains to say, oh, there's probably a full series of this. I'm gonna go on the internet and see if there's a full series, so I don't need to stay up till midnight to watch this stuff. And then, you know, I watched all of Sailor Moon as a very, very young kid, and in Japanese with English subtitles. And the same with Monster Rancher. Then I found Cardcaptor Sakura. You know, I watched a lot of anime when I was young. Outside of that, I remember movies more. I remember sitting down in front of a TV to watch movies more than TV shows. And I remember watching Beetlejuice with my family when I was about 3 or 4. Oh god, I should not have been watching that movie when I was that young. I remember I loved Death Becomes Her as a kid. I loved Death Becomes Her. The Wizard of Oz, I loved as well. But Beetlejuice was a big thing for me as a kid. I remember that though. What's my favorite anime? Sailor Moon, like I just said. What do I mostly do with my time? Work. When will Sailor Moon become a Teen Titan? That'll be interesting, though. I'd like to see a magical girl-inspired character in the DC universe. What do I watch Sherlock BBC? No, because I don't like Stephen Moffat. Thoughts on My Little Pony and Bronies? You know, if someone likes something, they like it, and they shouldn't be hated for it, even if they're like grown men. What time would you travel back in time? I kind of like where I am now. You know, because back in time, there wasn't fiber optic internet, and right now, there is. Have I ever seen Yu Hakusho? Yes. Um, who is my favorite character of the DC universe? Tim Drake. Did you see that fan-made Power Ranger thing? No, I didn't yet. I want to. Um, thoughts on Nightwing and Arrow? I don't like Arrow, so. Will I ever discuss the occult in esotericism? Um, it's weird because I don't like this is a comic book channel. And yeah, my belief system is very much in the occult. Like if people ask me what my belief system is, like what religion I'm in, I say a witch. I'm a witch. Because that's what I am. You know, I'm not a pagan, I'm not a Wiccan, I'm a witch. That's the closest word that we have for it in English. But this isn't like my channel's not about me, it's about comics. If I was a vlogger, it would be a different situation, but I'm not a vlogger. I have a show. And there's the distinction. If like, hello iPhone. There's like a big divide between being a vlogger and running a show. And I think on the internet, like that divide kind of gets a bit blurred. But at the end of the day, I run my show as a show and not as a vlog. Maybe one day if I start a vlogging channel, but for now, clear no. Do I like the Flash and why? I love the Flash. I love Wally West as the Flash. Why? Just because he's a lot of fun. Like you can have so much fun with that character, and he's very, very camp as a hero. And I feel like that's missing from the show as well. Like the Flash is very camp, and that's just not present in the show. What do I think of seeing the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Kingdom Hearts 3? Be interesting. It would be interesting. It's not like I think the Marvel heroes are available in Disney Infinity 2. So they clearly work in a game if they're present in there. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Will you ever do another personal representation like you did with Raven and Depression? Yes. I kind of did it with my History of Death as well. But yeah, I kind of want to do more of those videos. They just like a lot of research, an equal amount to my history videos. And I kind of want to just focus on getting history videos and who are what are's out. But I will definitely be doing more of them. Do I play Clash of Clans? No. Have I seen Gurren Lagann? Yeah, I've seen it. How do I feel about Watch Mojo after that video? like I said, I'm not really discussing it anymore. I have no that whole situation. I'm guessing you guys, from like a third party perspective, saw it as very me against them. It was actually a very formal situation. I had to express how, yeah, they had asked my permission to use videos, but I gave them 3 videos in particular I wanted them to use, and they did not use them. And on a professional level, I found that very insulting. On a personal level, I have no ill will towards Watch Mojo. And should they ever want to work with me, or if they ever wanted to work with me again, I would sort of, on a professional level, sort of lay down the law and be like, this is if you want to use my videos, these are the videos you can use. Use these, or none at all. But I don't have anything against Watch Mojo. I just kind of have to be very clear with them, and they need to be very clear as well about like what videos they intend to use. I think for future reference, that was a learning point for both of us in terms of future reference. What will I do after YouTube? I want to go into presenting. I want to do voiceover. I want to get back into acting. I want to get back into stand-up comedy. There's a lot of things I want to do. I don't really have any fears of bad things happening to comics. Like, lots of people saying, oh, are you scared about this current comic book movie and TV show hype? And once this dies down, the comic sales will die down too. When, in actual fact, if you talk to anyone that runs a comic book store, they say their sales are just not affected by the movies and TV shows anymore. The movies and TV shows don't bring in new customers. There's a very vocal minority that are like, oh, I got into comics because of X TV show or Y TV show, but like they're a minority. They're very, very small. Like there's enough of them to fit in the palm of your hand. Minority. So I'm not really worried about comics dying out. Will I watch American Horror Story Hotel? Yeah, I loved The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Have I seen the anime 3? Yes. And what did I think of it? 3 was a very good show with lots of deeper meanings, like and lots of questions. It raised lots of questions, like why are 2D men more attractive than 3D men? And yes. Do I play League of Legends? Not anymore. Do I have to read DC comics from the 80s to understand the new Teen Titans comics from the 80s? Just read the new Teen Titans comics from the 80s if you want to read the Titans. That's it. Thoughts on the Wicked plus the Divine. Love the Wicked and the Divine. I think it's so good. So good. My age, I'm in my mid-20s. Batman versus Superman. Who wins? Why are they fighting? Where are they fighting? What's the context of this fight? What's their emotional state like? What universe is this set in? There's a lot of questions that goes into that, rather than what if this character fought this character, who would win? Which is why I really don't like those death battle channels and videos, because they just do not ever make sense. Tim Drake is a better leader to the Titans that he led, but Dick Grayson is a better leader to the Titans that he led. Keep in mind the rosters were very, very different when the two of them were leading the Titans, so you can't say who was a better leader, because it depends on how they interact with the characters that were in their teams. It's super effective. Do you ever play games? I have a gaming channel. I have an entire gaming channel. I mostly play with JRPGs. What's my favorite color? Uh, it's red at the moment. It was blue for a long, long time, but it suddenly became red over the past year. Um, I think it's mostly because it can be like, red for filth. Are you red? E for me. What's the name of my intro song from my show? It's called Get the Movement underscore royalty free underscore audio micro underscore 31357 underscore technotrance underscore dot mp3. It's a catchy tune. I know, a catchy name to go with a catchy tune. Have I read Fables? Yes, I enjoy Fables. Are you excited about the new We Are Robin comic? I know nothing about it. I'm gonna judge it purely on its own merits when it's out. I'm purposely gonna avoid any and all information about it until it's out. What's my favorite genre? I mostly like magic comics. Mostly. Anything to do with magic, I adore. Do I have any tattoos? No, because I'm a model and I can't get any, which sucks. Do I still play Animal Crossing New Leaf? About once a week, just to keep my town up and about. It's super effective. What's your normal hair? This. Am I a full-time YouTuber? Yes. Yes, YouTube is my full-time job. What's my name? My name's Faust. Say it in every video. Guys, just a reminder, if you keep asking the same question, I'm not more likely to answer it. I just probably have seen it and have decided not to answer it. So you just need to answer once. Am I in the Illuminati? Yep. Totally in the Illuminati. Best friends of Beyonce. We stroll up to the Illuminati HQ in Soho in London together on Wednesdays after 7. We get bubble tea first. I always get the strawberry flavor. Recently I've been getting honeydew. Actually, no, that's a lie, because I was getting strawberry, and then I went for original milk tea, and then I went through a phase where I only ever got honeydew, to the point where the woman in the shop, her name's Lisa, you want it the same? And I would go, yeah. So I always got honeydew, but recently I've been getting lychee, and lychee tastes really, really good, but I really like honeydew as well. So yeah, me, Beyonce, and Lisa all in the Illuminati together, the bubble tea Illuminati, getting honeydew or lychee bubble tea. I need to write that down. That was funny. Do I prefer PlayStation or Xbox? At the moment, I'm preferring PlayStation because there was only one game I wanted for the Xbox One, and now it's being made available for PC. So I really don't have anything there in the Xbox One now. What kind of music do I like? I don't know. I listen to everything, really. I'm really into anything that can make me dance. Anything that can make me dance. And to answer the question, no, the name Faust doesn't have anything to do with the occult background. It'll be really insulting if it was. This asshole looks like he'll sell his soul. Let's call him Faust. What do I think of Persona 4 Dancing All Night? Looks fun. I haven't played it. Looks fun. Is Identity Crisis worth reading? If you know the characters. I liked Identity Crisis, and anyone who knows the characters very, very well liked Identity Crisis as well. But from an outside-in perspective, people just think Identity Crisis sounds bad. What's the dumbest comic you've ever read? Anything with Deadpool in the name. Probably shouldn't have made that joke because someone's gonna watch this in months and months' time and be like, "Ah, you insulted Deadpool." Oh, you can see where my nose has been running really badly. I'm just gonna be like this for a while. So you can't see where my nose has been running. It's really bad. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Well, now I look like I've been bleeding. But it's okay. I can keep going. Are there any type of questions I prefer to be asked? Not particularly. Usually, I just know if I'm not happy to answer something. Have I seen Code? Yes, I have. What do I think about it? I didn't like it. Is English the only language you know? I know basic Japanese, enough to like function in Japan because I wanted to move there for a while. But no. What do I think about the homosexual influence in comics? What homosexual influence? Have I influenced comics and not realized? Because if I have, I would want to know. Favorite Teen Titan that's not Tim Drake? Oh, that changes with the weather. At the moment, it's Ms. Martian. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up in 10 minutes because I'm really not feeling well, and I'm starting to get like cold and hot shivers, and I've tried to like suppress not feeling well for a while. So what I'll do is, because I normally do these for 3 hours, so I'll do a proper 70,000 subscriber AMA in 2 weeks. And yeah. Thoughts on Catwoman being bisexual? Think it's cool. Think it's cool as long as it's done right. You know, any comic book character can be any sexuality as long as it's done right. People experiment in their life, and sometimes they think there's something. It turns out they're not, and that's okay. And sometimes it turns out that that's what they are, and that's also okay. Do I like The Walking Dead? I actually find The Walking Dead pretty boring, so no. Who do I think is Marvel's Trinity? Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. It's them. Oh, no. Those three are their most recognizable characters worldwide. It's literally like a waterfall of red. They should make like snot-resistant makeup, because I wear makeup and you didn't know. If they made snot-resistant makeup, I'd be very, very happy. It looks worse in real life. Oh, I love that emoticon. The one that everyone's like, how do you pronounce? I love that. Do I like Iron Man? Iron Man, no. What do I think about Female Thor? It's one of my favorite comics at the moment. Female Thor is one of the best comics at the moment. I can't get enough of it. Who would I like to change the powers of? I'd have to have a reason for changing someone's powers. Can you ever see me without makeup? No. Most of my friends haven't even seen me without makeup before. I think there's an old video of me without makeup, and then just no. I've been wearing makeup since I was about 14, so yeah, it's just second nature. Other than Nightwing, who do you think would be a good replacement for Batman? Probably Tim Drake. We've seen that he can become Batman before. So yeah. How did your nose get bloody? It's not bloody. It's just snot. That's wiped away my makeup. Because I'm sick. Tell my cat you said hi. I will. Baby is downstairs at the moment somewhere, but I will tell him that you said hi. Do I ship people? No. Did I ever expect to get 70,000 subscribers? That's a weird question. I guess once I hit 50,000, I was like, okay, now let's go for 100,000. So in that way, I expected 70,000. Because it was just like a natural progression. But when I first started YouTube, I didn't really think about it at all. Already answered questions about Persona 5. Thoughts on the next Netflix Marvel series coming out? They look interesting. I'm actually really looking forward to the Daredevil one. So yeah. How are you so good at drag? I've been doing it since 2008. So I was a teenage drag queen. So yeah, it kind of makes you better at drag when you start as a teenager. Favorite superpower? Dazzler's powers, the ability to turn sound into light. I do appreciate my subscribers a lot. I won't say love because love is such a strong word. Love implies that you wouldn't be able to function without seeing that person at least once a day. So yeah. My cat is my baby. I don't have like an actual baby. My cat is my baby, and my cat's name is Baby as well. If I could change any character's gender, who and why? Wonder Girl, purely because not because I don't like the character, but we haven't seen. Just because we haven't seen a Wonder Boy before. Well, there was one way back, but there hasn't been a prominent one. How many comics have I read? Just talking monthlies. I think well in the 100,000s. Do I have a PO box? No, but I have an Amazon wish list. So that's kind of like a PO box, but you don't get to choose what you're sending me. It's nothing like a PO box, really. PO boxes are expensive. I want one because lots of people keep saying, do you have a PO box? Do you have a PO box? And yeah. Would I consider myself my biggest critic? Yeah, I guess. In a way. When are you going to dye your hair back to red and blue? When I finish all my silver dye, which will take a while. You look sick. It's because I am sick. Why did I call my cat Baby? Because he acts like a baby. It's just no name fit better than Baby. What do I think about the Legend of Zelda Netflix series? Video games don't adapt well into like an actual series, so I think it's going to be bad. I hope it comes out well, but I think it will be bad. One more question, and it's going to be a positive one. What do I think has happened to the Harley Quinn comics? I don't really know. That first story arc I really enjoyed. But then that second story arc I didn't at all. But then like all the specials, like the Christmas special was really good. The Valentine's Day special was really, really good. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're putting a lot of focus onto the specials and not the main series. Or maybe Amanda Connor's been like at the core of sort of the convergent stuff. I don't know what's going on, but something needs to happen. And that's it, guys. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry this was a bit of a short one. I'll do a proper AMA in 2 weeks, and I'm sorry I'm so sick. You know, I can't help that I'm sick. But I'm sick. So thanks, guys, and bye-bye. It's super effective. And this is an AMA and it's super effective. That's how I should end these. Okay, bye.